Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Mavericks breakout playoff performer named under the radar Lakers target. As long as the Los Angeles Lakers employ LeBron James, they will prioritize surrounding him with 3&D talent on value deals. LA will hunt players who fit that bill this offseason, even if the franchise decides to also pursue a trade for a third star to put alongside James and Anthony Davis. One name that checks all the boxes is that of Derrick Jones Jr., who is currently starting for the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. On Thursday, June 6, Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report named Jones as a sleeper contract the Lakers should consider pursuing once free agency hits later this summer. After signing a minimum contract with the Mavericks last offseason, Derrick Jones Jr. clearly earned himself a pay raise with his play. He is not only starting for an NBA Finals participant, he is playing a prominent role for them. Entering the championship round, he is fourth on the team in postseason minutes, 31.2 per game, and routinely deployed defensively on the opposition's best player. If he isn't snatched up in the first wave of free agency, the Lakers should give him a look. They need a player who looks an awful lot like his best version, athletic, versatile on defense and capable of supporting offensive stars as a play finisher. Jones isn't the absolute perfect fit for what the Lakers need, but in a league where just about every team is seeking complementary pieces who can space the floor on offense and defend multiple positions well, organizations need to make compromises. His defensive prowess isn't in question, though there are questions about how sustainable his three-point range truly is, particularly when factoring in the question of volume. Jones shot 34.3% from deep for the Mavericks during the regular season on 3.1 attempts per game, both of which represent career highs. He has been considerably better than that during this postseason run, connecting on 38.5% of his deep shots against the Los Angeles Clippers, 2.2 attempts per game, 37% against the Oklahoma City Thunder, 4.5 attempts per game, and 46.2% against the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2.6 attempts per game, according to ESPN. Jones will definitely earn more than a minimum contract this summer after all he has done to help Dallas reach this point, and depending on how the Lakers allocate funds, he could get too pricey to be worth the risk. The law of averages indicates that Jones, now 27 years old with 8 NBA seasons under his belt, will regress back toward his career mean as a shooter, if not in the finals, then certainly over the course of 82 regular season games next year. That said, some team out there is probably still going to pay him. If the Lakers intend to supply James and Davis with a championship-level supporting cast, they either need to pony up for a player like Jones or trust that they can do what the Mavericks did and peel a quality starter off the scrap heap for a minimum deal. The former option is riskier, but more likely to succeed, while the latter option has a lower success rate and could take years of development. Los Angeles doesn't have an unlimited amount of time to build back a championship window while James remains a viable superstar, which will limit its choices this summer. The J.J. Redick to LA story got a major twist Thursday. Up until Thursday, it seemed like J.J. Redick was the front-runner for the Los Angeles Lakers job, but then news broke that the Lakers were pursuing UConn's Danny Hurley, and Hurley is apparently interested. That would be a huge and epic move for the Lakers, Hurley, and college basketball, and while it's surprising on the surface, it wouldn't be that big of a surprise. College basketball is changing incredibly fast. First you have to deal with the portal, which has caused huge chaos. Then NIL is an issue and we don't really know what's going to happen with revenue sharing. It's always been a demanding job, but the demands on coaches now are off the charts. And we haven't even gotten into realignment and where things are going there. So it would make sense to make a jump now. But if he does take the job, there is no guarantee he'll do well. It's a volatile career choice. He could get fired by the end of next season and he wouldn't be the first college coach to have an experience like that. It's a different world in many ways, but you'd be foolish to think Hurley just couldn't succeed there. Magic Johnson endorses Dan Hurley as the next coach of the Lakers. He has a championship background. Dan Hurley has surprisingly emerged as the top choice for the Los Angeles Lakers as they attempt to fill their head coaching vacancy, and so far, virtually every major stakeholder that has commented publicly has approved. In April, LeBron James shared his admiration for Hurley in response to a video clip of an interview between the UConn coach and J.J. Redick, ironically another candidate for the Lakers job. "He's so damn good." Along with his staff. "Super creative with their love it," James tweeted. After Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Hurley got another major endorsement from a different Lakers superstar, albeit a retired one. Magic Johnson appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and threw his support behind Hurley. "I want the coach to be Hurley," Johnson said. "If we can sign him, I think it works for both. It works for Coach Hurley, who won back-to-back NCAA championships with Connecticut, so he has a championship background. He's great with offense and defensive strategy. I think that the players will respect him. And he's tough. The Lakers gotta have somebody who will hold them accountable. And also, we gotta play physical basketball. Denver will always beat us unless we become a much more physical team. So we've gotta get more physical. That's why these two teams are playing in the finals, Boston and Dallas, because they're mentally tough and they're physically tough. We've gotta get both mentally and physically tough." Johnson may no longer officially run the Lakers' front office, but his longtime relationship with team owner Jeannie Buss still gives him a degree of influence in team matters. Johnson has referred to Buss as a sister before, and while the team was moving towards Hurley anyway, it's certainly reassuring to hear that such an important Lakers icon supports the decision. The Lakers are expected to meet with Hurley on Friday as the two sides hash out their visions of what a possible partnership might look like. Hurley has not yet decided whether or not he will leave Connecticut, and luring him to Los Angeles would surely cost a king's ransom. But virtually every major Lakers figure appears to be on board with the hire. Hurley is at the top of the college basketball world right now, and by all indications is ready for the jump to the NBA after he left Durham. Duke's Jason Williams changed his name to Jay Williams so that he wouldn't be confused with Jason Williams, a slightly older NBA contemporary. That Williams grew up in West Virginia, played high school ball with Randy Moss before attending Marshall before transferring to Florida. In the NBA, he became an amazing showman, making passes that were otherworldly. You got the sense that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were hitting SportsCenter to see what Williams had done lately. Bird and Magic won more and had vastly better teammates, but Williams was the master of the unexpected vision. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Magic Johnson? Leave your opinion in the comments.